Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video I am going to go over some troubleshooting issues that might arise whenever you are using AI website builders. When working with AI builders, both professional and beginner users can encounter various troubleshooting issues, so we will run down some common ones, and we'll also talk about some other issues in terms of ethics that can arise whenever you're using AI website builders, and just things that it'd be good for you to be aware of. So without further ado, let's get started. And licensing. So some AI website builders use credits or use the form of credits to allow you to do certain things. So certain actions will require a certain amount of credits, and you might find issues with credits consumed. So your AI website builder might run out, leaving you unable to train models or run flows or do parts of your website building as well. Specific actions might be deactivated due to licensing limitations or expired trials. And if trial license expires, if you purchase a full license, the trial version might still be displayed. And your development environment may not meet the minimum specifications for running an AI website builder. And lastly, permissions might be set to prevent users from creating custom models as well, so you won't be able to do like your own kind of custom model restrictions either. Other issues relate to technical issues, so things like API timeouts. So the 408 dependency timeout error indicates delays in communication with external services, and this has been a common issue when using certain AI website builders. You might also get an issue regarding too many requests, and this basically means you've exceeded the allowed number of API calls within a certain time frame, triggering the 429 too many requests error. Outputs from an AI website builder action might be empty due to data formatting issues or model inaccuracies, and subsequent actions in a flow might encounter errors if the preceding AI website builder action doesn't function properly. And lastly, training failures. So model training might fail due to insufficient data, incorrect labeling, or technical glitches. Next up is data-related issues. So inaccurate or incomplete or biased data sets affects quality, and this can lead to unreliable data models and inaccurate outputs. So if the data training model that the AI website builder was trained on is inaccurate, then for example, some of the templates that I might display may not be up to date, or may not be as modern or as clean design as you might have hoped. There could be some data formatting issues, so incompatible data formats might prevent proper processing and model training. And insufficient or excessive data can both hamper model performance as well. Bugs or glitches within AI website builders can also hinder workflow and cause errors. If there's a lack of documentation, users might struggle to find clear and comprehensive information on specific features, on troubleshooting steps, and integration with other tools or platforms might have issues with compatibility, causing some problems as well. If you encounter any of these issues, remember that official documentation should be extensive enough to go over some common troubleshooting issues. Try and engage with online communities like the powerful platform community that can offer valuable insights and workarounds shared by other users, and don't hesitate to reach out to the creators of the particular builder that you're using for official assistance and personalized troubleshooting steps as well. By understanding these common issues and utilizing available resources, you can navigate through AI website builder troubleshooting with greater confidence and efficiency as well. So now let's look at some issues that isn't always considered, and that is the ethical implications of using AI in website building or in your website build. So AI website builders offer a really powerful and convenient way to engage in professional websites without extensive coding knowledge, but their widespread adoption also raises a range of ethical concerns that need to be carefully considered. So some of the key ethical considerations surrounding AI website builders include bias and discrimination, transparency and accountability, privacy and data collection, social manipulation and misinformation, ethical guidelines and regulatory frameworks. As AI continues to evolve, its role in website building is likely to expand, and it's essential to address the ethical concerns outlined in this video, that AI is used for good and not to harm users or society. Continued research, development, and collaboration among stakeholders are needed to shape a responsible and ethical future for AI in website building as well. So let's talk a little bit deeper about each of these things. The first one was bias and discrimination. So the way that AI systems work is that they're trained on vast amounts of data, which can inadvertently introduce and perpetuate biases. So these biases can then manifest in website designs generated by AI builders, leading to discriminatory outcomes for certain users. So for example, an AI-generated website might make assumptions about a user's gender or interests based on limited data, potentially excluding or alienating certain groups. So even if the data is unbiased, there might be unconscious biases as well embedded in the design of the algorithm itself. For example, an algorithm that's designed to generate website content may be more likely to favor content that's written by a particular style or tone, and it could exclude content from certain groups of people as well. And also if like a language model is trained on a data set of text that contains like gender stereotypes, the model is more likely to generate text that perpetuates those stereotypes as well. A lot of AI website builders are designed to be user-friendly and require little or no human intervention completely. This can make it difficult to detect and address potential biases in the generated websites. And the inner workings of AI algorithms are complex and opaque, and it can make things difficult to understand, especially like how to understand these algorithms and how they make decisions. And that kind of lack of transparency makes it difficult to identify and address potential biases. And currently there is few mechanisms in place to hold AI accountable for their biases, or AI developers accountable for their biases that might be embedded in their products. Again, this can make it difficult to prevent or remedy the harms caused by biased AI. It's really important to be aware of these potential risks so that we can mitigate them. So for example, when you're using unbiased training data, you want to make sure it's unbiased as possible. So when training AI models, it's really important to use data that is diverse and representative as possible. And even with AI-powered tools, it's really important for humans to have oversight over the development and deployment of AI systems, and this will help ensure that AI is used in a responsible and ethical manner. So AI has the potential to contribute to transparency and accountability in website development in several ways. First one is explainable AI, or XAI. This is essentially a field of research that explores how to make AI models more interpretable and understandable by explaining how AI models make decisions, and it can help identify and address potential biases. AI systems can be made to be more traceable by recording the steps they take to generate a website. This can help identify and debug errors, but also used to investigate potential biases. AI systems can be audited to identify potential biases and ensure that they are being used in a fair and responsible manner. And they can be designed with feedback loops to allow users to provide feedback on their generated websites. This feedback can be used to improve the performance of the AI system and to identify potential biases as well. And lastly, AI systems can be designed to be more explainable from the outset. And you can do this by using clear and concise languages and avoid complex mathematical equations, and by providing visualizations of the AI system's workings as well. AI can help promote more transparent and accountable website development practices, and this can lead to more equitable and trustworthy website usage for all users. AI can contribute to privacy and data collection and website developments in several ways, both positive and negative. So it can be used to personalize privacy settings for users based on their preferences and usage patterns. This can help ensure that users have control over their personal information and their privacy is respected as well, so it's a pretty positive outcome. Data can be used to minimize the amount of personal data that is collected, and to anonymize data that is used for analytics or other purposes. Again, it can help protect user privacy and comply with data protection regulations. And AI can be used to detect fraud and prevent it as well. It basically does this by analyzing user behavior and identifying patterns that are indicative of fraudulent activity. This can help protect user data from misuse and protect websites from financial losses as well. But there are some negative contributions of AI to privacy and data collection. The first one is that AI can be used to track user behavior and collect data about their online activities, even without their knowledge or consent. and they essentially can build profiles of users and target them with our advertising or any other kind of unwanted communication. AI can be used to collect large amounts of data about users, including their personal information, browsing history, and online interactions. This data can be used to build profiles of users and can be used for a variety of purposes. And AI algorithms can be biased, which can lead to unfair or discriminatory treatment of users. For example, an AI algorithm that is used to make hiring decisions could be biased against certain groups of people. So it's really important to be aware of both the potential benefits and risks of AI in website development. If you're carefully considering these issues, we can ensure that AI is used to protect user privacy and data while also providing valuable service to users as well. So now let's talk about usage rights of AI-generated content specifically, and these are things like AI-generated text generators, image generators like midjourney, and things like that. So the ownership and usage rights of AI-generated content is very complex, and it's evolving area of law as well. There's no clear-cut answers, but there are some general principles that can be applied. In terms of a license, it will vary depending on specific circumstances, but some common provisions in licenses for AI-generated content include making sure that you're clear about the terms of any license before using AI-generated content. Be aware of the potential for copyright infringement. So if you're using AI-generated content without permission, you might be liable for copyright infringement. And be respectful of the creators of AI-generated content. So if you use the AI-generated content, make sure to give credit to the creator as well. As AI technology continues to develop, it's likely that AI-generated content will become increasingly common. And it raises a lot of questions about copyright ownership and usage rights as well. So it's really important that you're up to date on the usage rights of when you're using AI-generated content. Some AI generation tools are free to use within their platforms. For example, with Wix, you'll find in our previous Wix videos, they use a lot of AI generated tools, like for example, the AI generated text. So you can essentially write paragraphs and write content for your Wix website written by AI, and that's free to use on your website as well. But if you're not sure, always make sure you read the usage rights on their platform, on the web company platform and the website platform as well, and see what they say. So let's take a closer look at image generators, how they work, and their usage rights as well. AI image generators. An AI image generator is a text-to-image tool that was designed to make it easier for digital marketers and content creators to create images online. By using a machine learning algorithm, they are able to generate realistic photos and illustrations based on a set of text instructions. By using the machine learning algorithm, they're able to generate realistic photos, illustrations based on a set of instructions as well. An AI text-to-image generator often makes use of a machine learning technique called artificial neural networks that can receive input in the form of words, which it then processes to generate an image. The entire process takes a few seconds, so you can see the results of your work almost immediately. But before they're reliably deployed, neural networks require a lot of training. Almost like making the connection between words and objects for the first time. This is the same process that AI generators go through during training, but at a much faster speed with a lot more data. There's a few different types of text-to-image AI models which have evolved over the years. So one type of text-to-image AI model is the generative adversarial networks, so GANs. So earlier iterations of AI-generated images relied on these GANs. In these models, two neural networks are pitted against each other, and one network, the generator, is responsible for creating the images, while the second network, the discriminator, is used to determine whether or not the images are real or fake. Moving away from this then are the diffusion models. So text-to-image AI models are moving away from GANs and towards diffusion models, which is a completely different approach. So diffusion models are trained on hundreds of millions of images, each with a caption describing the image in words to learn, and the relationship between text and images through the process as well. And in this process, the network also learns to infer other conceptual information about the world, like what colors or elements would make an image feel like it was created by a certain brand or a certain company. And after they've been trained, the models learn to take a text prompt provided by the user, create a low-resolution image, and then gradually adding details to turn it into a full image, because it's now learnt how to do it 1 billion times over. And this process is repeated until the final high-resolution image is produced. Diffusion models don't just modify existing images, they generate everything from scratch without reference to any images that you might find on the internet. That means if you ask them to generate an image of a dog, for example, they won't just find an image of a dog and then add some details to it. They'll create the image of a dog from scratch based on their understanding of what a dog is. And this approach has quite a few benefits. They're more efficient to train. Images generated by diffusion models are more realistic, and it makes it easier to control the generated images. For example, if you want the dog to be a specific color, then you can just include that in your text prompt as well. Overall, text-to-image AI models have come a long way in recent years, and with the advent of diffusion models, they're able to generate more realistic-looking images than ever before. So now that we understand how this works, now let's take a look at some popular AI image generators. So a really popular AI image generator tool out there is Midjourney. Midjourney's platform makes it really easy to create beautiful art using AI. The Midjourney's art generator is really advanced, and anyone can create professional quality image pieces with simply just a click of the button. So Midjourney is an AI image generator like OpenAI, and it's the name of an artificial intelligence project that's being tested and improved and has been in operation since July 2022. This project is gradually gaining popularity and is quite famous on Discourse platform as well. Midjourney can create an artificial image from piece of given information. Artificial intelligence will then analyze the user's information to get the data and return the results. The system has a really vast database and complex algorithm to combine images related to keywords into a completed picture. If you go onto the website and click on the showcase, they'll show you some existing AI created images as well in their community showcase, and you can see different kind of really high quality images, and all of these images were created through AI by people just simply using this app as well. Midjourney has its own set of pros and cons that should be considered. Some of the pros of Midjourney is that it's really a quick and easy image generation. With just a simple text prompt, you can generate stunning images and unique images as well in a matter of minutes. Beta versions are available via Discord bots, so Midjourney is currently in beta and can be accessed through Discord bots, making it easy to use and accessible to everyone. And this whole community showcase thing is really good because the community showcase feature allows you to browse and be inspired by the user's artwork and filter them by recent and top related and things like that. Some of the cons of Midjourney is that the AI generated art copyright regulations are unclear and it can lead to some legal issues. And compared to some other AI art tools, the app's functionality might be limited. But still, the quality of the work is really high, and it might be even something just to even play around with and have a look at to see what kind of images that you can create. They have a documentation section where you can sort of learn how to get started, the user guide, and how to get started using Discord as well. So that's also a really popular option as well. So another popular image generating tool using AI platform is Hypotenuse AI. So Hypotenuse AI image generation tool is a really smart program capable of translating your text prompts into an image in any style that you want, despite having never seen a picture of, for example, say a horse swimming underwater. Hypotenuse AI's image generator can extrapolate from what it has learned to render it for you. In the same way you and I can probably sketch a bad drawing of what we know of horses underwater. In doing so, the image generates are not copied from anywhere and they're completely unique to you. With Hypotenuse AI, you can try it for free. They do have a free trial. You can sign up with your email or even just with the Google account, and you can sign up and for a free trial as well. So if you wanted to sign up with Google, for example, you just want to click on continue with Google. And then you're kind of presented with this image generation platform. So the way their platform works is you input a small description of what you want to see, and their AI will generate that a picture for you. Like our AI content writers and some other AI content writers, their images are generated from scratch, and each time just from what the inputs that you give it. Their AI has learned from millions of images and text all over the web and gained an understanding on how to read and create relevant pictures. Each time you hit that generate button, it doesn't copy or pull images from anywhere, but considers the concept that it knows and creates new images from scratch each time. So what you want to do once you've signed up is you can essentially just go through all of these and all these fields and just fill in what you want. If you're unsure, you can always try an example. So the first thing that you want to do is describe your desired image. And you can see some placeholder values in there, but what you can do is try an example, and it'll generate an example for you. So for example, seaside town, digital art illustration, digital painting, concept art, shiny, whatever it is. And then what you can do then is switch the guide me section on and off as well. So you can choose like what type of photo that you want, aesthetic, mood lighting, artist style, and things like that. So we'll keep it really simple. Say we'll do or even cat with a cowboy hat, for example. And then we can choose what type of image. So do you want a photograph, a digital art illustration, 3D render, or artwork? We'll do digital art. Aesthetic, so what kind of aesthetic do you want? Do you want sort of like a cyberpunk, fantasy, cybernetic, whatever it is? Say we'll do cybernetic. And then what kind of mood lighting that you want, if you want sort of light, calm, dramatic, golden hour, things like that. And you can select up to 3. And what kind of style that you want it in, if you want it an oil painting, digital painting, airbrush, things like that as well. And you can select up to 3 as well, or you can just leave it blank. Again, so this is only here whenever you have the guide me toggle selected. Otherwise you can just type in all of these things in here directly. And then you can choose what sizing that you want it as well. And then once you're done, you just click generate, and you just wait for your image to essentially be rendered. And once it's done, it'll load all of the images that it comes up based on the prompts that you've selected and typed in. And these images are completely unique. They've not been pulled from a certain website or anything like that. It's fully following the prompts that you've given it. And then from there you have the option to save any images that you like, and then you can use them for whatever purposes that you need them for. There's lots of uses for AI generated art. And tools like this make it really easy to kind of do it yourself and do it at home as well. So that's using the guided prompts here, but what you can do is unselect that and then just type everything within the prompt here. And again, you can always try an example, and you can see it comes with all the prompts on there as well. So pencil drawing of a person, say we're on a train, and the different sort of styles that they have here as well. And then once you're done, again, you just want to pick the sizing, and then you just want to click generate and see what it comes up with as well. And it's the same process. You just type in all the features that you want of this image, click generate, and then again, your images will be generating on the right side. And then you can just pick from them as well. And you can see all of the images loaded. And again, from here, it'll show you the prompt that you use and the prompt that they've used, and then you can from there you can download them. When you are downloading from the free trial, they will come with a watermark. To remove that watermark, you do need to subscribe to their premium version, which is about $29 a month. So now let's talk about some uses. There are lots of ways that you can use images that have been generated by AI. One use case might be through content marketing. if you are a small-time creator who writes for a living, you don't have a marketing budget nor a talented crew to kind of work with. So creators like yourself have to search for sort of stock photos, to use blog pictures, copywriting captions to market your newsletter subscriptions, or if you're writing blog pieces, journals, things like that. Good images are also really important for that, but you might not always have the budget for it or even the time. This is where AI-generated images can really help, because they can execute that task instantly without a lot of complaints, whether that's through ads, product showcases, blog pictures, social media posts. AI image generators have been trained to do it all, low cost and big impact, depending on what platform that you use. On a larger scale, AI content marketing can be a completely different ballgame altogether. Another surprising use of AI is through architecture and design. So with the rising popularity of image generators using AI, a lot of people, amateurs and professionals, have been turning to AI for design inspiration for their homes and business. Even the most outlandish concepts can now be done in minutes without having to construct 3D models from scratch. It can address design flaws and architectural weaknesses, and this would also mean that that process is a lot less stressful. Granted, a designer will still have to go through several iterations, including minor tweaks on the graphic editors, before the image can be reliably used as conceptual model, but that generative AI can help ease the creative load. Today, AI-generated art is used to create new forms of music and poetry. Advertising, architecture, fashion, and film are just some of the fields where realistic images and animations made from AI can make a really sizable impact. As mentioned before, depending on what platform you use, so for example, this is Hypotenuse, the images that you create are free copyright, making it a really great tool for content marketing if you're needing images for your blog, for your social media posts and things like that. So with Hypotenuse, every time you hit generate, it doesn't copy or pull images from anywhere, but it considers the concept that it knows and creates new images each time. So these 4 images that we've created, there aren't any other images like that on the internet. So these are completely unique. When you are describing your image, it's really important that the more detailed your prompt is, the more likely your results will be even more uniquely yours. If you are worried about someone copying design, there's always a chance that someone will use a similar prompt, but Hypotenuse is there to kind of help brainstorm and automate tedious tasks to kind of stay creative. Hypotenuse, Midjourney, DALL-E, all of these AIs, they don't pull images from they don't pull from any existing images. They essentially just create new images as well. With Hypotenuse, the images that you create with them are public domain. You don't own the copyright. They can be used by anyone for any purpose, including commercial purposes. So feel free to use them for anything that you like, but they can also be used by other people as well. Having said that, there are some cons to AI-generated art. One of the cons is that it lacks human touch. So AI-generated art may lack that personal touch and emotional depth that can come with being created by a human artist. And there are always some ethical concerns. So some people are concerned about the ethical implications of using AI to create art, particularly if it results in the displacement of human artists. Being a relatively new form of technology, it opens up the tool to potential abuse. And there are, depending on what platform you use, there are some placeholder measures out there to kind of facilitate that concern. For example, Hypotenuse AI, it censors not safe for work content, so anything with hateful content, profanity, things like that, across all tools as basic safeguard against potential abuse. It may not be much, but is something better than nothing. Another issue can also just be that there is limited creative control. So while AI algorithms can generate art and you can be as specific as you want whenever you are describing the artist still has some limited control over the final product, as the algorithm is making decisions about the art's placement of their composition and style as well. But overall, the pros and cons of AI-generated art will depend on the specific use case and goals of the artist or organization that's using it. Overall, opinions on AI-generated art will vary from artist to artist, and some may see it as a valuable tool for enhancing their artistic practice, while others might see it as a threat to their livelihood and integrity of art itself.
What's really important is that you are using it in a way that enhances your business, that enhances your skills as well. It's definitely a really useful tool, and it can be used to help save some time and kind of enhance the body of your work as well. Even if you want to try out some of the things as well, it's definitely something worth trying at least, especially with Hypotenuse, as it comes with the free trial. Midjourney as well, you can join through Discord. So there's definitely some use cases out there, and definitely I think it should be something that everyone should try. Maybe not something for every part of their business, but something definitely that can save some time or streamline your work a little bit easier.
And that's a wrap on today's video on issues that can arise when using AI website builders. I hope you find it useful. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and let us know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.